magic, stole away the lantern, and gave freedom to all the kingdom. Though this can be somewhat of a dramatic tale, I would like to take this meaningful message of keeping one's heart pure by contrasting the wholesomeness of the squire with the other humorous characters he serves. The knights, and even the king, lose hope and temporarily find themselves out of sorts. Our once mighty king of stature approaches his trusted knight, disheartened and disheveled, in royal robes with his pajamas underneath. The once strong and fit knight has become prideful. Me, did I say me? And is unable to bow before his king because his oversized belly gets in the way. Even our narrator in his hometown Boston Manor finds himself pleasantly surprised with the squire's integrity compared to the other two characters. But our hero, the squire, is able to lead them back by staying true to the scroll. The Squire and the Scroll by Jenny Bishop. So treasured by the kingdom was the lantern that many young men sought bravely to retrieve the purest light. None of them returned. At last, the king was left with only his most trusted knight to be sent on the quest for the lantern.
You must journey to the Red Mountains, where our enemies are known to encamp. Our fear traps have been set for you along the way, as we have already lost so many young men. If you accomplish this task, you will return to great honor and reward. If you do not, our good people will surely perish.
The knight was fearless and did not complain. He took with him his faithful squire. The boy promised to honor his parents and the lantern by living his life by the 5 truths in the scroll. As the knight and the squire started on their journey, they spoke of their families. I have little remembrance of my parents, but vaguely recall they also taught me from the scroll. As did mine. It has always strengthened me and kept my heart pure. As the two traveled through the shadowy wood, they heard evil chants, warnings to turn back, whisperings that made their hearts faint. But the boy knew how to guard his ears, for he knew the first command of the scroll. Listen only to words that are pure. Now courage could not be stolen from the boy, and he passed safely through the enchanted wood. The knight and the squire soon came to a brightly lit tunnel. A silver shield lay at the entrance through this passageway. Might prove helpful to a boy of less experience than myself. But the knight was immediately drawn to the walls of the tunnel that were crusted with millions of precious gems. The boy also saw the gems, but among them, carved in the stone walls, were evil images and frightening beings that stared from unnatural faces. Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Without a second thought, he guarded his face with a shield. I will take some home to the king. But, sir, do you not see the evil carved all around the beautiful stones? What? Those? You are more innocent lad than I thought. I have seen all these things before in battle, and worse. Are you afraid? Not afraid, sir, but wary, and begging pardon, sir, you ought to be as well. For the scroll says, Silence! You You're only a squire. I have not become a knight because of any scroll. With that, the knight reached up to pluck a gem. Suddenly, the tunnel was plunged into darkness. The squire's horse was startled and ran. When the squire's horse raced down to the lake, the opening closed up to a wall of stone. The knight and his horse were lost. Open! This scroll has led me safely thus far. I believe it will lead me further still. I will complete the quest and rescue the lantern, even if my own life is required. I will complete it, for the sake of the kingdom and for the honor of my master, the knight. Soon the young man stood before the red mountains that glow with an unearthly fire. Stifling vapors rose up and surrounded the deep cavern inside. Scroll says, breathe only that which is pure. A single beautiful flower. Holding the bloom close to his face, Squire was able to pass safely through the smoke into the caves inside the mountains. Squire found himself between statues of stone on his right and on his left. The knight! His companion was still in the same pose as he had last been seen, reaching for the precious stones in the tunnels of light. Many must have fallen because of their eyes. And there's the lantern! There is a price for the lantern. What price? Your scroll. Your scroll. Give it to me, and I shall return the lantern to your people. Give you the scroll to serve me well all my life? Never! Give me the scroll! Or you will be consumed by the flames. Scroll has always served me well and will serve me now. Indeed, the scroll was transformed into a fearsome, double-edged sword. For the lantern and for the scroll. When the squire pulled the sword from the dragon's lifeless form, it immediately became a scroll again. The figures in the great hallway began to move. When the knight came to himself, he knelt before the squire, begging his forgiveness. I could not guard my eyes, but you kept yourself pure. And for that, I owe to you my reward for my life and for the kingdom you have honored. The squire helped the knight up and embraced him. We are brothers. Forgiveness is yours. The celebration that followed the squire's joyous return wasn't like the kingdom had ever seen. Oons, 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 oons. The squire was knighted, as he had always dreamed.
Let us never forget how the scroll has always served us and how this good knight has returned our lantern because of it. Because of his bravery and his devotion to the lantern and to the scroll, he will have my daughter grow white and rule my kingdom someday. For who better will guard the lantern of purest light than one with the heart kept pure?
A shout went up from the people, for they were in agreement with their king.
Nice.